Oh, yeah, but there we go. We live, baby. Hello, welcome back. Now that I've got a voice and you can hear it, here I am. Hello, happy Thursday. How is everybody out there, Mr. Guapo? We live, baby. Welcome to Thursday night. I didn't smoke. You know, it's really sad about happy Thursday to you as well, brother. I haven't smoked yet. I was going to before I got things set up, but then I started messing around with Suno because they got a new version of Suno out. So now here I am, scrambling. But I didn't smoke before. Fuck yeah, drummer. What is up, my friend? How the fuck are you? Happy Thursday, my friend. Yeah, but I haven't smoked yet because the last time I smoked, right at the beginning of the stream, they made it 18 plus. I don't really care. It doesn't really matter to me. But them old age restrictions, you know? Wait, are you really? Let's go, drum. That's so fire. There's a new, like I said, Suno's got a new version too. It's so good. Yeah, I need to do it though. You are. Oh, nice. Fuck yeah, drum. And this 4.5 is sicko. So you got you paid for it then? Waiting for Drummer to release hers and I'll AI remix it. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, nice. Yeah, I bought a year to this thing, like a couple months back. Obviously, y'all know, I love this damn thing. Yeah, I mean, again, have I used it as much as what I'm paying for? Not even slightly, but fuck is my... Sorry, didn't mean to curse there. Got some curses on here. Where though? Oh. Shoo! Ski it! Alright. No, shit. Drum, you ain't gotta tell nobody here. I get it. I'm gonna smoke this thing here. The last little hit of what we got in the thing. I'm gonna put it down though, because I don't think I'm allowed to smoke it on thing. Alright, friends, cheers to all of you out there. That's a little beep bop boop bop. You saw it there first. Here we go, it's time. Oh no, you gotta hit the button. It's not gonna go unless you button it. Alright. Oh shit. Drum, you got a Suno playlist? Hold up. Wait a minute. Am I allowed to play this? Do you want me to play it? Can I see what's up? Hey, listen, I'm just gonna go for a short. What? We got 8 songs. Are you? Oh yeah, definitely. You're structuring this then? Is this all your lyrics, or is it? Yeah, that's right. Super fire. Little help, little, yeah. I've definitely used them to assist in the past, but like skibbity bee bop dippity doo, you know, that motherfucker, that's OG, that's original. Got a little water in my mouth hole. What up, Dudley? How are you, brother? Oh, Mr. Sean Whitney. What's up, my guy? Yeah, I think like a lot of times I hear when the words like just don't hit the right way, and then I go back and kind of write some things. Yeah. I've been okay, brother. One day at a time. Don't rush anything. Enjoy all of them. You know. Yeah, man. We can get into it. I'll tell y'all, I've had some good thoughts. There's some good thoughts that have been rattling around in there, my friends. There's two thoughts that I've been thinking about here. It's the big deal. What is the big deal? What's the deal mean? What is the deal? We'll talk about that. There's, it kind of came up. Thank you, Guapo, again for the conversation this morning. It's definitely helped rationalize my brain out a little bit and also help kind of put some things into perspective. But yeah, what the other thing that I was thinking about, what's I gonna say? There's two of them. It'll come back to me. Oh, what is it that you want? Yeah, okay, two ideas. What is it that you want? Let's start there, because I know the other one. What's the big deal? Hey, my friends, the only thing that I beg all of you is to be very genuine and honest with yourself and what it is that you want. And if you don't know, I beg for you to stop pretending and fucking off and then just actually put some effort to thinking towards what it is that you might want. Well, and the thing is, it can be a big deal, and it is, well, depending on who, but, yeah, dude, and 1000%. What do you want from the thing? See, I know a lot of people, and this is, you guys have all heard me say before, like, I know a lot of people that keep saying, I'm seeking this happiness. You mean to tell me you're not happy? You don't know what happiness is? Well, it depends on what your level of happiness is and what it is that you desire. But also, too, we have to be real with some of the situations that, like, if we desire something, but we're not willing to put the effort into getting to that thing, like, man. Mr. Ganix, what is up, my brother? How are you? Happy Thursday night, my friend. What is good? He said, you know what I mean? Oh, I do love it. I do know what you mean. And, yeah. I think there's a lot of good thought and good intention, maybe just brewing up in a lot of the brain soup going on out there. But we got to put some action behind it. We got to do something to get to the good, you know? I promise y'all, you can't keep seeking happiness to try and find happiness. It's not out there, right? You got to know what you are happy with. What the fuck makes you happy? Well, and there's many different things, right? But be honest with yourself. That's it. Hold on. Whoa. Let's go, drum. That's super fucking fire. Oh, I cannot wait to get in that. Dr. Danknugs, my friend. What is good over there? How are you? Oh, man. You know what? Well, now I gotta do it. Because there was some cannabis talk in here. And there was some... Where do we go? The big deal, the cannabis talk. Let me cannabis talk y'all up real quick. This is something I was talking to Guap about. And what's up, brother? We mentioned what are, as a, for those of you out there growing something, because there's a lot of you that come in here now from the growing community, what is it that you're looking for? Is there a thing or a tangible few things that you're looking for in your growing process? And or do you just like hunting different things and like exploring? Because like some people try and do like one thing really fucking well and they just keep hammering down, and then some people like exploring. And either one, there's like a why that follows that, but like I'd like to hear what everybody says. What is up, J Rats 420, my friend?
But I'm done being quiet, just to keep the peace.
The reason I'm asking about why you're growing what you're growing, Guap and I were talking about this last week, like, because I'm not a grower, right? I think I understand enough to, but I don't have the time, the space currently. At some point, will I do it? Maybe. At first, experimenting. Yeah, I could. Cocoa, organic, salt. I'm still going. And doctor, I think that's it. Do you know what final product you're looking for? Or when does the exploration stop? Is there a place, and this is, I think, my follow-up question, is there a place of perfect? Like, do we know, or will it always just be the variety, the spice of life, you know? I am asking pretty much why you choose the genetics you do. That makes sense. Wapo, thanks for being very straight into it. Let me be the grower interpreter. Thanks, bro. All right. Doctor, I really appreciate that answer more than you do. Because, like, that's, I think, the reality of some things, right? A lot of us are just hunting because maybe at some point it just hits. Maybe at some point it just clicks, you know? But yeah, I've always, like, for me, I don't know. I've never consumed for any other purpose except for maybe like quality smoke wise. Like, I don't want some harsh burny smoke, but then like also too, like, just get me there, you know? Like, I think the mental comfort side of things is more what I'm looking for. So some of these racier sativas might not be my favorite thing in the entire world, but I also don't hate when I get them. I smoke them too, right? Like, I'll smoke anything. And I think that's it too, is like how much of what I get is what I smoke, but or consume. But I was just wondering if there was like a perfect, is it just to try new things? I like it. Either way, no matter what your answer is, there's no right or wrong answer. I just like to know what people are doing it. Because like, my thought at this, and maybe you guys have heard me talk about it on the Two Dope Dudes, maybe I've even talked about it on here. I think that at some point you gotta grow for like a quality thing, but like, I think maybe robust cannabinoid profiles might be the thing of the future, if you ask me. If you could get a plant to not be only THC dominant, but to be a spread of the cannabinoids, I think that would be super cool. I think there's a scientific delay to that, and this is what I'm asking you guys, because I don't know enough about growing. But the thing that I'm saying, the reason why I don't think that might happen is because cannabinoid, like, it all starts with CBG, right? And then it degrades through different processes. So could you rush some of the cannabinoids but not some of the other ones? Or are you only ever going to be able to capture at that moment of THC abundance? Or is that the best time to capture, you know? What in the hell is going on, Connie? How are you? The only reason I say like robust cannabinoids is because that's the way the market trends right now, right? Like people just want different cannabinoids all at once. And there's this new level of exploration for some people because we're seeking a maybe different heady thing or a different intoxication feel. And that's not bad. I'm not like mad at it. I think it's actually a good thing, but I wonder if what we're hunting sometimes is a reality comparatively to like when you if we go and we build this robust cannabinoid profile plant that you can just consume whatever, and we're going, oh, what is the benefit that comes from it that isn't what you grew it for, right? Because there's a lot packed into what could be inside of it. Is it truth or just the role you play? You demand I stay in line while you're dancing down a dotted line. Oh my God, Dr. Danknuts, thank you so much for saying that. And you guys, maybe you've heard me talk about it before, but Prohibition broke cannabis. Prohibition made it so that people grew for THC. They wanted to get the most abundant intoxication because the intoxication is what people were fighting against, right? It made you a Looney Tune or, well, you know, the fucking Reefer Madness, right? It made you just some quackadoo who's gonna shoot up your friends at the party. I think, and I've said it for a long time, there's merit and there's reason to say that when the older generation says the weed of my day was better, it might have been a more robust cannabinoid profile. And because, like you said, hybrid is more of an idea of a in-between of sativa and indica, which just means that it has a robust terpenoid profile with kind of contrasting and relatively close amounts of limonene and myrcene, right? Where we know sativa dominants tend to be limonene dominant, and then on the other side we've got myrcene indicas, we got myrcene dominant. Oh goddamn! Get some water in there every once in a while, you know. But whew. Hang in there, buddy. I do have a question. Is there some type of cannabis product that would help with the digestive system? Yes, Connie. 1000%. Guapo put that, but I also, I mean, that's my full take at it right there. It depends on what you're trying to achieve, Connie, and even past what I say in that clip there. There is a great, yeah. Just shoot me also too, because I know you go to dispensaries if I'm not wrong, and just shoot me what dispensary you're going to, and I'll look at a few products, and I'll try and give you some mentions. I think one of the bigger things that you should try to do if you haven't done it, and truthfully give it an honest go, is regular CBD. If you have never consumed a consistent CBD schedule, you got to give it a try. No matter what your condition is, no matter what the symptoms of the condition are, CBD is just so beneficial in boosting the immune system, in regulating spasticity and inflammation, giving anxiety, right? So like, there's a lot of really good benefits, antimicrobial, antifungal, like it's got a lot of these properties. So how regularly, Connie, and how much? So are you telling me those are what are they, Wanas? Oh, no, or not Wanas, Wilds. There's 20 milligrams of CBD and 1 milligram of THC. Yes, bingo. Okay. That ain't bad. How often are you taking them? And the other thing is too, maybe getting away from the gummy, because sugar and like gelatin products aren't necessarily the best, obviously, for like sugar, right? No doubt. But also getting away from gelatin products, because some of them just don't absorb well. Like some of us just don't absorb things well, and that's why some people do more chocolates, or some people do more gummies, like, or whatever their method of ingestion ends up being. But a lot of how we absorb cannabinoids is due to what our stomach is, how it's fighting against things, right? The second we take a gummy, an edible gummy, it goes in and fights acid. You know what I mean? Like, it's a destructive process, so those cannabinoids may never make it to the point where they're absorbed, and or just like vitamin C, there's an argument that maybe CBD doesn't absorb naturally, or our body isn't as efficient at absorbing it through the stomach. So maybe you have to take an abundance of it. There was one person that I heard out there in the past that said something to the effects of like, you have to take, I don't remember, 10 times the amount of CBD that you think you might need to. So like, and you couldn't, not you can't, I don't care, a lot of people can, but there's a lot of people who couldn't afford to do that necessarily, like aggressive CBD dosing. But there was one company out there who does a 20-to-1 gummy, Connie, that according to the packaging says that it has 100 milligrams of CBD per gummy and 10 milligram or 200 milligrams. No, because there's 20 gummies in there, and it's a 20-to-1. It's 100 to 5 milligrams. There's 5 milligrams of CBD and 100 milligrams of, or there's 100 milligrams CBD, 5 milligrams of THC. Sorry to stumble on my words. But I can absolutely show you a few of them. I'll just shoot me a message on Facebook or something, and I will absolutely look at the menu and tell you some things. But I do think like a good encapsulation of CBD, like if you can find some of the sweet pea oil that I'm a big fan of, it gives you that same 25 milligrams of THC. It's probably a 20-to-1, or relatively close to that. But yeah, I would do that. Oh yeah, and Con, you can take the oil that I'm talking about. It comes in a syringe, and then get little like capsules from like the GNC or some Fruitful Yield or something, and then just put a little dab of this stuff in each one of them. And like what you would want to do ideally is try to do math on the like the full unit of product. So if there was, let's just call it 800 for round and easy math. If there was 800 milligrams of or CBD in this thing, and you wanted a dose of 20 milligrams, then you would put 40 capsules out, and you would try your best, and it would start off really small, really little, tiny little dots of something, and then kind of build up and increase each one of them until it looks semi-close to even. I don't think that the direct number, like I don't think taking 20 milligrams of CBD or 17 milligrams of CBD or 23 milligrams of CBD is going to be hugely different to the system. I don't know also that, again, depending on how we absorb, I don't know that massive doses of CBD are going to be even effective to the system, right? So there's a lot of factors, but definite CBD consistency. And let me try and, I'll help you. It's cool with different delivery methods. CBD, now everything from tinctures to transdermal patches. Oh, doctor, and the beautiful thing is, each one of them gives a different level of efficacy. Gives a different, a thing that it can do just in, like, I don't know, you can't Pashadi method a nug, you know what I mean? And if you don't know what the Pashadi method is, that's when you put oil in your belly button. You let oil saturate in your belly button, And more, I like to use a viscous, like a pretty almost tincture like thing, but the one that I have has like frankincense and myrrh and whatever, and put that in the belly button, and some of the effects that it can do just get there for some people where nothing else will do it. And I know that nausea is one of them, you know, like, so different methods of ingestion, different cannabinoid profiles is huge. In the future, please get it to where they can pick and I want 100 milligrams of this, 100 milligrams of that, 400 milligrams of this, put them into, you know, one capsule. And I'd like to see things move more to a, you know, whether it's coconut oil inside of a capsule or just straight raw cannabis material inside of capsules. I would love to see more organic cannabinoid instead of, like, you don't need to put everything into a gummy, please. And for a lot of people who are trying to take this thing as a genuine medicine, especially like cancer patients, you couldn't give cancer anything more destructive than some sugar. Sugar, absolutely, like, cancer cells absolutely thrive and feast on sugar. And I don't know if you guys have or not. I've been inside of a cancer treatment facility. And the one that I went to, I distinctly remember it had this like kitchen area. It looked almost like a lunch break room for, like, if you had an office or something. And there was, like, I swear to God, this is the one that hurt me, but there was fruits and vegetables laying around, whatever. Okay, thank God, right? There was bagels sitting there, and then there was literally a box of fucking donuts sitting there, and it said something to the effects of, "You've gone through enough lately, a donut's not gonna hurt." And, like, I swear to God, I was with my dad. I cried just immediately. I was like trying to hold back tears. I'm like, what the fuck is this, bro? How is it okay that you put this out there? You put donuts in front of cancer patients, and then you say, you're okay, you've gone through enough, have one of these, it's not gonna hurt. Literally, it's not gonna hurt. When you're a fucking cancer treatment facility, and you know how aggressively cancer cells consume sugar. It's so the drink that you drink to fucking the iodine thing or whatever it is, it shows the where cancer cells are at. You know what that is? A big old pile of sugar. It's fucked up though. But they feed your shit with a little. Anyway, I'm just saying, friends. Okay. Take high dose of vitamin D, which helps with absorption. Oh, nice. I like that, Con. I'm the mirror you couldn't smash. Yeah, and that's the whole thing too. There's other reasons why not sugar, right? Diabetes, great reason why no more sugar. But, like, I mean, name a lot of the name a lot of, like, products out there in the cannabis industry as far as, like, edibles go, and there are a few that aren't chocolate or gummies, but the mass majority of them are, and the ones that aren't tend to have plenty of salt or sugar covering them too. So, like, what are we doing? Next thing I knew, I was letting him in. Now I've got the backdoor blues. Oh, what a surprise. Oh, Drum, yeah, I'm like a big fan of this here playlist. Hey, so far Backdoor Blues kind of sounding all right too. I said all right, but I ain't used to that. Then boom, kablam, I guess I'm the mirror you could. God damn. I was too busy talking and haven't been listening enough. I got this playlist pulled up though, and I promise you I'll hear it again. But yeah, the only and to get back kind of to the cannabis talk a little bit, also, Doctor, I would like to see somebody take the bold step of going away from trying to capture your grow or your crop at THC only, right? And I think that that's what all growing techniques currently, and all grow cycles currently are put in place for when that plant maximizes THC. Well, THCA, obviously, right? But once THC has hit its max abundance, stop. Like, if you go too much further, you run into, other cannabinoids, but definitely you can get to the point where you degrade it straight to CBN, right? If you let it sit on the stalk for too long, if you don't pick it at the proper time, it's the same thing with like a piece of fruit or something that's growing on a tree. My great friend Guapo showed me a lot of fruit trees and shit, but at one point, that thing that's hanging from that growing thing out of the ground, you can pull it off and it will give you nutrients and life and whatever. And if you let it sit up there for too long, it turns into a wilted, dead something that I don't know that I recommend you eat. I don't know enough about stuff. Maybe somebody out there's like, nah, I can do it for something, but I don't know. I'm not the guy. Don't ask me. But, yeah. Ooh, I like. Oh, you guys ever heard "Rewind" by what the hell is his name? Nas. Dude, I've been liking that song a little bit again lately. I heard it back in the day, but the smoke goes back into the blunt, Shit. So anyway, I don't know. And that's what I think. Like, some grower at some point is gonna do something to capture a place or a time in a set of genetics that's going to boost a part of this plant away from THC and maybe leaves a more abundant THC V stamp or a CBC stamp or something of that, like, either very enlightened side of the cannabinoid profile, or something even more, deep or rich of a terpene profile where, modern day cannabis, again, it's grown and picked at a certain point, but then the drying and curing process deteriorates some of the things. One of the things that it deteriorates, depending on how you do it. Now, in mainstream cannabis, a lot of times we see them using flash freeze, which I don't hate on. I'm not mad at. It's perfectly fine. It cures very quick, but it can be mighty destructive at times if you don't know what you're doing. If you do it correctly, fine, you can capture some of these things, but terpenoids are very, very volatile. And also, I believe that there's probably more flavonoid that is going on inside of the sticky icky of the plant that people love, that kind of stuff that sits on your fingers that you can smell. Inside of that, we would also not only see terpenoids, but we would see an abundance of flavonoids. And how much of them are deteriorated. And everybody says, well, flavonoids would only add a flavor, but that is actually not true. We've come to find in some scientific studies that flavonoids actually may have symptomatic relief benefit, So Z was a good guest of ours for Two Dope Dudes, who spoke about kind of that exactly, So yeah. Anyway, I love this plant. I think anything you're doing with it, cool as hell. Keep on doing it. I'm proud of you. Grow it up, but just don't be destructive with it. Don't take advantage, you know? Because we've seen that a lot lately here. All right. This is gonna lead me into my third point here, and what's the big deal? What's the big deal here? Okay. The big deal is the deal itself. In deal making, in negotiation, in contract writing, in relationship setting, there's a deal that's struck that y'all know here. I've actually, don't let me fuck around. I found a fucking list. I made a little list. Well, I made ChatGPT also help me with this, but did you guys know that bad deals that started off at one point that were supposed to be something, one way or the other, either beneficial or some level of repayment, right? Here's one. Watch, check this out. The Treaty of Versailles, right? Versailles, whatever y'all want. The Treaty of Versailles over here was an agreement that imposed harsh penalties and reparations on Germany after World War I. Well, there was a war that already happened. Now, I can find out what World War I was caused by really quick if you wanted me to. But the whole thing that I'm getting to here is that because of the agreement that was made, the deal that was made and struck for the one people, and it was a bad deal for them. Y'all have heard the stories when they were like taking wheelbarrows of their money to places and nobody was accepting it. Like everybody wiped them off the pretty much map of trade and everything. Yo, okay. So anyway, it's a bad deal. You know, I mean, after you come out of a war, who knows what deals you can make. Problem is here, all I'm trying to say, caused World War II. That's it. Yeah, no, 100%. That's it. Schwab's got it. I mean, look, we got ChatGPT up over here. These are all agreements, all right? Munich Agreement, the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. All of these are agreements that led to some level of conflict or war. Look at the Gulf War was caused of the U.S. backing of Saddam Hussein, right? The Treaty of Tordesillas, all right, started the colonial wars. It's because of these deals, and then one person takes advantage of somebody else in the deal, all right? Somebody says, you owe me something, I'm more powerful than you, and the only way that you'll repay that is through debt. And, you know, there's a lot of lingering debt from the past and shit that maybe you could just wipe the debt a little bit more clean every once in a while. And I know that's like a wild idea, but the difference there, the separation, and we can literally see it the last couple of days. Okay, I don't know if you guys watch this or not, but Iraq bombed Pakistan. Y'all know why? Pakistan came in. There were some people that came in with AK-47s and whatever, and forced Iraqi citizens to profess their faith. And if they weren't the right faith, they just straight executed them. And they took videos of it nowadays. And then. So, I mean, that's not peaceful at all in your bordering state. So you got a pact to stay together. It's an agreement. It's a deal. Hey, we're here, we're deals. But then you break that deal. So then the escalation to that is bombing. I just think that it's really weird that there's just this default to destruction, and there is less of a default to progression, overcoming some things, having a conversation. And I think a lot of wars probably could be stopped if people could have more direct communications, right? Imagine if they didn't have to have an interpreter say what the other person was saying, and the person sitting next to them could hear it with the inflection that they're saying it in, right? Because sometimes, like, languages just sound angry. So who knows, right? But when there's a disagreement and when there's an inability to understand languages, or we fall into another situation where one party is just so much more powerful than the other party that it almost becomes this like choke point of like, fuck you, you know? There's a lot of now, and to play into that war going on over there, and or the start of all the crazy shit over there with Iraq and Pakistan. Pakistan and China have a pretty good relationship together. Well, anyway, they have a lot of agreements for a trade route that is a waterway that runs straight through China, through Pakistan, and gets out into one of the seas out there, and they don't have to go all the way the hell around through some of the more confrontational parts of the sea, more pirates, more ship attacks, more whatever. So they don't have to do that, so they go straight through Pakistan. But now the thing is, Pakistan looked immediately to China and said, hey, like, what the fuck, we're friends here, right? You see, we've got all these trade routes and all this shit for you, so now, like, help us, right? And China sold Pakistan a lot of their fucking bombs and shit. So anyway, moral of this whole story is it's kind of on China to make a move here, to either help or not help, to intervene, to not intervene. Who knows what happens here, right? It could be very... What's going on over there is a big brewing of fuckery. But in that, there was a deal that was made between Pakistan and China. And a lot of the trade routes and a lot of the things that were promised and a lot of the ways that Pakistan was going to pay back China was through the profits of the ports, the ports of the shipping ports that they put in or whatever. But China, being China, made deals with them that they would take like 95% of the profits. So they've really kind of made it where Pakistan isn't making money but doing a lot of the fucking work. And it's just a very kind of tense situation in some of those agreements, right? Those are deals that they've made between the two of them. So now you start to look at all these deals going on. Who's got deals with who? Who's willing to fight who? Who's willing to make more deals with who? Who, once there's been bombs thrown at them, is willing to immediately make a pact with somebody else, right? And this transcends way more than just war. Work, right? You get into a fucking relationship with work, you get a deal. It's a deal. At the beginning of the deal, you know what they give us nowadays as a deal? How much money you're gonna make. That's it. A vague outline of what you're supposed to do, and then a line inside of a handbook that says subjects to change, and also you have to respond to any of the senior leadership teams, whatever they want, no matter what. And it's just this bland statement that allows senior leadership at any time to go, hey, you have to do what I'm fucking telling you to do, and actually just flex, right? They just come out, and what a lot of times that flexing is the same thing right now, right? Like, I don't know. I don't think Pakistan, if I'm wrong, if I'm wrong, I'm just using that because I was talking about it. I don't think Pakistan is a nuclear country. I don't think they have nuclear warheads, but China does. So in that disagreement that they're having, if Pakistan's going, hey, fucking help me out, bro, like, what the hell, these people, and we're helping you out, so just help us out, and you got all the fucking the war stuff, so help the war. So there's a chance that China just sits there on the nukes and goes, yo, shut up and deal with it yourself, right? Now, in doing so, they run a very large risk of the Pakistan breaking some of these agreements that they have, causing for more war to even spill into like China or something. Anyway, just tension all over the fucking place. You know what the big thing that I just said out of that though is, there's one person with more power than the other ones, right? There's one of these groups that can control the entire narrative. It gets intense. When you're in a work environment, right? The further up the scale you go, the more capable war machine you are, right? The more capable of destroying other countries is. And if you're one of the strong ones, right? And you're a senior leadership, you've earned a title, you've got a name for yourself, you've got all the nuclear warheads that you could possibly fucking ask for. If a small country tries to throw some fucking stabs at you, there's always the peacocking that can happen, like, hey, I've got fucking nukes, right? And fuck you. And then there's the option for what this person does in retaliation. Sometimes you can fight the nukes. You guys know that Russia was... they tried to invade... The Germans tried to invade Russia a bunch of times back in World War II. And Russia just had so many people that Russia always won. Russia didn't have, like, the same guns or... amount of ammunition, and they had some, but it wasn't the same. Russia had people who would come over and throw rocks at your ass, and everybody goes, dude, you're bringing a rock to a gunfight? If you bring enough rocks to gunfights, eventually your gun just doesn't work, you know? So it's just a few really well-timed rocks can really make a big impact in what country stands in what fucking whatever, right? But I also too don't understand why in all of this, with common borders, you share common, there's plenty of common things, land characteristics, trading, trade ports, there's a lot of things that you can do to benefit one another. But I think the animal comes in sometimes, and it's like, well, same way with big cats, right? Why don't lions and cheetahs hunt together? Lions are the strongest, cheetahs are the fastest. Right? If they hunt together, they eat forever. But the lion pissed on that tree, and the cheetah pissed on that tree. So stay the fuck away. There's an animalistic behavior that's going on in humans right now that, to me, seems very solvable. I keep calling it the atomic bomb. You know, we just go back to, I think it's Jefferson, Thomas of the Nature, who says, every generation needs a revolution. It's of the mind. How do we all start thinking better? How do we all start communicating better? How is it that we turn this away from a selfish push into a collective push? How do we stop individualizing everybody and making everybody feel like... And the reason why they did that was to make this happen. Turmoil breeds... Well, it gives somebody money. But the person who's making the most money from all the wars and all the shit are not the people fighting the front lines. It's not the families of the people who died doing the fucking thing. So, it's really weird when you're willing to go to war for a big ghost in the sky. And murder is the game. I can't quite fathom the idea that my big ghost is better than your big ghost. So murder. I think that there's a lack of education in that. I think there's a lack of training in that. I think there's a complete inability to communicate clearly in that as well. And how do you bridge these gaps, and what do we do to take the next step, right? There's compromise, there's give and take. There's also, too, there currently, as far as we know, there is still war. War tends to be the final option here. Peace treaties, as we can tell over here, bunch of treaties, as y'all see right there, they fail. You know what they result in? Just a bigger war. A war because you agreed to do something, and then, but the thing is, in doing so, you just took complete advantage of. Well, what do you think you get? Well, you killed people. Well, you killed people. Everybody has got. I feel like at this point, it's like fucking everybody's got blood on their fucking hands, right? There's no more that don't. So, you know, pull that back down to the dog eat dog world that our workspaces are now, that the employment market is right now, right? I mean, you can take this into personal relationships in your life, the ones of the intimate form, the ones of the friendly form, whatever it is. See, in this, it's it's what you're willing to fight for, I guess. See, the thing is, there's a lot of things that you can fight for that are, you know, progressive, constructive. They build some shit. They overcome the problems that are, right? Yeah. I just, there's got to be a better way. What was the last thing I just said, Guap? Fuck. There's a second point to that, and then I got caught off guard. Anyway, it's all good. It'll come back to me. How do we, and I think like the big thing is, this ties into what I was talking about before. What is it that we want? What is it that makes you feel happy? What is it, you know, better than that? The atomic bomb, I like that. What is it that makes you feel peace, right? Because I think peace, right? Would you rather have individual happiness or just a guaranteed bubble of peace? Like there's just no conflict within the bubble that you exist. And I think that, like, my point to that is that a lot of us would rather be safe than satisfied. A lot more of us would settle for a good agreement, you know? More so, yeah. I think that there's a better chance of peace for everybody than there is for happiness for everybody. You can't always be happy, right? Well, I mean, I am always happy, I think, for the most part. I think there's things that make me sad. There's things that I try to overcome that come into my life, and they're not the greatest, but I think that I'm generally happy. But by God, I would, and any one of the people in Pakistan, any one of the people who were religiously sacrificed in Iraq, regardless of what it is, I think that every one of them would take a bubble of peace before they would take a moment of happiness. Right? because in that bubble of peace, they could save the people that they cared about the most. They could try their hardest to then build something to satisfy their own existence, right? Because when it's the whole world that you're competing against, always, whether it's in your work life, whether it's in your personal life, right? Family, there's always the competitions. Oh, fucking personal relationships, always a fucking competition. It just seems like, not always, because there's plenty of people clearly who are getting it right. I just think that there's a massive, we can see without being like, you know, too tinfoil hat, that there's a lot of some wild shit going on. And bombs are bombs. Fuck it. Could you all fucking even for 1 minute fathom it? And I'm so grateful, and this is what I'm saying. We might live in the bubble of peace currently. We have so far for all of our lives. Please don't take it for granted. Please understand that inside that bubble of peace, all you have to do is build that place that is happy for you. Right? And for some people, there's plenty more wars going on that aren't border driven, that they're fighting here, right? So it's not a place of peace. But I think that because of our opportunity at peace, I think that to overseek happiness, which is a stimulation, it's a dopamine hit a lot of times, it's an oxytocin hit, it's a brain chemical that makes you go, ooh, in the same way that a lot of us smoke a joint and go, oh, thank God. You know, I've been needing that all damn day. That it's the same. What's good, my brother? How are you, Chi-Town? Oh man, Dr. Danknugs, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Honestly, I can't even tell you how much that's actually really cool. But you know, when I first started this thing, I wanted it to be really, really cannabis centric, and I try to keep it cannabis centric at times, and I always pull back in the cannabis, right? But when I had a friend actually who came up with the Peace, Love, and Coke thing, I was trying to come up with a podcast name. My buddy's wife actually did. And drummer, if you can still hear me, it was Dan the Man's wife actually who gave me the name Peace, Love, and Coke. And it hit me so much harder than what, like, you know, I was talking about like dope is cope or some shit like that, right? Like, fine, and that sounds cool too, but like then I have to be like this flashy dope character, right? Nah, not what I'm looking for. What I want to do in my damnedest, if I could help find the key to fucking world peace, and I know that's like some beauty pageant fucking dream and shit, fine, whatever. No, I mean like literally, how do we communicate enough about the things that need to be communicated about to get people to realize that like what they're doing is destructive and not progressive. It's not helping. It's not reciprocal, it's not communicative, it's not transparent, it's very one-sided, and it's awfully destructive. It's not rooted in again, betterment, furthering. It's rooted in individuals' happiness. And blissful ignorance is a thing, but like, is it, I mean, it is guaranteed a thing. And a lot of times I go, man, wouldn't it be great to just be blissfully ignorant for a moment? To just not have to think about all the things that some of us think about. To not have gone through a bunch of experiences in your life. To not be going through a bunch of experiences in your life now. And I think a lot of people maybe, you know, we're okay, whatever. But it is, again, a lot of times because we are not in the war, you know? What is good, Chi-Town 21, man? Holy cow, we squatted up. Oh, hey, a little Sprout action. Jimmy Anderson, my Gromies, my guys. What is going on? Plenty of Chi-Town love coming through right now. I like this. Hey, listen, Gromies, there was a question proposed earlier. What do you seek in your genetics? When you're seeking to grow genetics, what are you looking for? And or the way that I spoke it into existence was saying, why do you grow the plants that you grow? Are you looking to try to perfect one thing, or do you like hunting through multiple things? In doing so, do you think that you're giving some of the ability to grow more quality regularly? Are you getting better growing quality cannabis every time that you grow multiple plants because there's some that suck and some that are good, and it's hard to pick in between? And I think all experience is good experience, but is it retracting from if you just found one set of really, really damn good genetics that you felt comfortable with and then really worked and played with that plant? Oh, shit, you see what I'm saying? I mean, doctor, I love sitting down and talking. I really like his suggestion there. Let's take a hit from. You know what? No. I gotta know more here. We'll just smoke a little one of these fellas. There's water inside, don't spill it. It smells like shit on the carpet, still it goes down smooth when I get a clean hit of the skunky, funky, smelly green shit. Sing my song. Holy shit. All night long as I take hits from the bong. Hits from the bong, y'all. Yeah, hits from the bong, I get a hit. Whoa. Hits from the bong, y'all. Oh. Can I get a hit? We're doing. Hits from the bong. How's my shit doing? Can I get a hit? What the fuck is... What the hell? I pulled this damn thing out. It ain't got no... going on in here? You know what I think's going on here? Huh. Alright, anyway. But yeah, Gromies, the reason why I was asking that question is because, and those who haven't heard me say it so far, I'm sorry for those who have heard me say it, I think that seeing a robust cannabinoid profile and exposing more of an entourage effect and not just capturing at the moment of THC would be a cool way to experiment with plants, right? If the other thing too is, when you're experimenting, are you just looking for new smells, bigger crystals, bigger buds, or is there a hunt for excess cannabinoids? Because I think the way that the market is trending, and if you all follow the market trend, what's happening now is there's more robust cannabinoid profiles getting put into gummies, into vaporizers, into whatever. And I don't know if a plant can achieve that. I don't know enough about plant manipulation or anything to see how it would go. Oh, oh hell no! This thing's got them all in a row. This is awesome.
Sing a song about the American dream, about me, about you, about the way our American hearts beat
one and done. Those are on heavy rotation.
That special feeling we get in the cockles of our hearts.
Dude, Chi-Town, I respect that. Once you find a geneticist who's good, how do I don't know what I'm asking here. Let me try to phrase this correct. You're just more comfortable with buying their genetics and trying to run them. But does it guarantee you a better run of something? Always or no? Can people take bad genetics who are really good growers give the environment to the bad genetics and make the bad genetics good genetics, or no? Go for church. More and more for trichomes. I see the hell with THC amount. Yeah, and that's, doctor, I'm right there. In trikes a lot of times, and when we're looking for, see, I think when you start to see that change, and you guys can fucking yell at me because I'm not a grower. I think you're looking for a, is it milky looking terp or trichome? Because if that's the case, are we looking at that? Is that our like, okay, bingo, that is definitely THC now, right? Is that the moment that it turns into it, or is that, I understand it's maturity of the thing, but in the maturity of the thing, will there be different cannabinoids, different terpenoids? Like, I just don't, I promise, I think I know a lot about the plant. I just don't know how you can manipulate it in the grow cycle. Working on growing quality over quantity eventually will bring my own. Chi-Town, I respect that a lot. Quality to me, obviously, quantity is like that's a young kid's game, right? Look at me, I'm Flash, I got a lot of this shit. Like, okay, no, that's fine. Quality, that's a mature person's. That's like you're doing some big kid. Oh yeah, let's go, doctor. Sometimes, dude, if you said that to the I'm an asshole and I turned it off, I apologize. Or if you're doing it for this is a bopper too. I'm an asshole, Dennis Leary. Going. I'm going sativa dominant, like we're in clear or all milky, and if it's indica, I like to get about 50% amber. Okay, clear, milky, amber. Milky's the ideal, amber more CBN. Okay, cool. All depends on the grower and what they're looking for. And so that's okay. So you guys, I think, are answering it to me, and that's what I've always assumed, is that because the way that the terpenoid or the way that the cannabinoid structure, molecular thing looks like, it transitions through all of the cannabinoids. A lot of times we don't have that trapped or captured moment of all those robust cannabinoids. And so like my guesstimation is clear, if that's what you guys are saying, clear probably is more abundant in like CBG. Milky is obviously more abundant in THC, and then amber is more abundant in CBN. And bingo bango, I like that. Oh, thanks, Dank Nugs.
What a wicked game you play to make me feel this way.
And Chi-Town, that is why using the words sativa and indica is such a misleading thing for a lot of people. While the people behind me are going insane. Wow. We can go down the mono versus esquiterpene rabbit hole. Yeah, 1000%, right? There's yeah, no, I'm with you, brother. And that's my whole point too, is even in that, we don't bring up flavonoid enough. I just think that there's other parts to this plant, and anything that is inside of trichome, whatever it is molecularly, should all be considered for why the efficacy is what it is. And I also too like I think I just want to capture each one of them in a time and space, because like I just said, THCV, man, it'd be cool to smoke a lot more THCV if you could just find it in abundance. But once you started to heat up THCV, wouldn't it just degrade into THC, therefore degrading into like CBN? So, and I know that there's, if I'm not wrong, there might be 2 different molecular chains that go on there. Like obviously THC and CBD are different, but if you look at them, it's just clearly like one is curled up in on the other one and has a little bit more of a, I don't remember what the hell the things are, but they're very molecularly similar. Oh. But it's only THCA, officer. Yeah, this is hemp. It's protected by the Farm Bill, 2018. You didn't know? Got this at a gas station. What gas station? Oh, well, I was just the passenger, and my friend said, hey, we should go over there. I don't remember where. I can't currently come up with it right now, sir. And Chi-Town, I think that's it too. What's perfect for me might not be perfect for you, right? It's a little too much for you or whatever. And that's why even in the medical representation of this plant, when I'm talking about it, I constantly have to say, you are an individual. You may not experience the same things that somebody else is gonna feel. Actually, I know you're not. Because we had this one lady who couldn't go to sleep without smoking literally what I thought was the raciest fucking thing in the world. But I think that that also plays a lot in maybe what our brain chemistry is doing to begin with. Cheers, friends. If your brain chemistry is racy all the time, we would call that more anxious, right? So then in that, to slow down the anxiety, you could take an indica and slow that. But does that, in doing so, anxiety is like, do you just get so relaxed and calm and now you're just going to go to sleep because it's indica in the couch? Or on the other end of that, is it going to slow your brain to a comfort where you go, holy shit, I feel like I have energy and I can do things? Because there's both sides to it. Bro, until you know what the question is. Find your own 42. God damn it, Chi-Town, I like that. Arboreal, hey. Well, and that's it too, like, the amount of things that you could replace, the amount of consistently prescribed medications that you could replace with one plant. It's, you know, that's why I still fight the good fight. That's why we keep doing what we're doing. Yeah. What a day. Oh. Suavemente, bésame. Yeah. The only Spanish song we're listening to in here right now. Wop, unfortunately, no aces. No. Couple of good shots, couple of bad shots. Got down to hole 6, went to go smoke a joint. No joints. Put them in the bag and not the cart. So then on hole 9, I left and went out and got a joint. I came back. See, by the time I got off the front, I was 3 down. By the time I got off the front, I was even. Then I got the joint, I smoked it, went back down to 2 down. By the time I left, I was even again, you know? I had the chance of being 1 down on 18 and just 20 feet away, just squared the forehead of the thing. Dank! But I haven't been beating the course a lot. The course has been me a couple of times, but no, I ain't moved no basket. I didn't want to move baskets without you saying yes or no. I think what I want to do though is we can move 5 back to make it like the most OG that it can be. And them suckers did not come out the other day and replace 17. I'm calling them today. No, wait, not today. Tomorrow. Don't call them now. They're never going to do anything. But yeah, I think 13 can go back. I think 5 can go back. For some reason, I want to smoke this again. Well, the some. No! Don't be an electronic smoking device. Dude, why electronic smoking devices? Why? Who came up with this? Yeah, put it on a base over here and shit. You can just direct charge it. Got a charging base and a charging face, you know? That's the song. Los tontos se enamoran partido. It's possible, Guap. I might go to the Delwood Flex start. He drives a Miata. Oh, yeah. It'd be an early one if we do, I think. I'm waiting to hear from Bodine. This mofo. He didn't even respond to me if he would rather eat at where he works or Chili's. You know where I chose? Shit, I went straight to Chili's, you know? I was gonna go see my friend at work, but then I asked him legit, is your place got better food or does Chili's got better food? And I didn't get a response. I'm not gonna risk it. Not only am I not gonna risk it, man, I love that damn. Oh. I just sent a message, Bob. We're gonna figure it out. I feel like I had a good thought going on here. Did I? Nah. Oh, I was gonna smoke, but damn electronic smoking device failed me. I have to smoke a vape pen in a second. Rough life. Oh. What, friends, you got any questions out there? Always feel free to drop them in there. You got any questions about anything, life in general, whatever, we had a good. Like I said, well, we've been talking about it. What's the big deal? What's the big deal, and what do you really want? So it's good to reflect on these few things, right? I think a lot of times just reflection on no, just reflection, period. Reflection's good. Little sit inside your brain time, and really, honestly, be honest with yourself, because it's going to help you be honest with the rest of everybody else around you too. What is it that you want? And sometimes when you ask for what you want but you're not getting it, maybe it's not them and maybe it's us, and that's okay. It takes a lot of vulnerability to look in the mirror and go, damn it, it actually wasn't them, it was me this whole fucking time. Because there's a lot of things that we desire, we look for, we actively try to get to, that we are getting in the way of getting it, And plenty of times, trust you me, more people out there might be taking advantage of you than not. And I understand that, but that's what's the big deal. That's why war is what war is, right? That's why there is the escalation to war. The fucked up thing is, who is fighting war? Does anybody win wars? Who won World War I? Who won World War II? Who won Who won the Korean War? Who won the Vietnam War? Who won the War of 1812? Who won? Now, there's a side that came out on top. There's a side who was able to, through a game of death, I don't mean, you don't want to get crazy, but unalived, right? Them unalived folks. They're what the fuck are we doing? Military industrial complex. Yeah, dude, it seems so much more like when you sit here and reflect on it. All right, maybe not you. Maybe when I sit here and reflect on it, there is not even, and I tend to be somebody of who can get to a place of empathy where I can go, okay, I might understand why you have done that, but that's not right? Like okay. And an eye for an eye, and then once it becomes fucking eye for an eye, let's go a town for a town, right? Oh my god, a nuke for a nuke? Oh my god, what are we doing? No? I think, thank God we haven't had to see that. Thank God, yet. Oh my god, the level of devastation. How? How do we come to a point? Atomic bomb. We gotta do it. There gotta be somebody out there who keeps hearing me say atomic bomb. There's gonna be some kick-ass kid of the future. It might be our friend Hunter, dude. Maybe Hunter's listened to enough of this podcast. He's a future. He's bright. I don't know how bright he is. He's a good-ass young man. But I don't know if he's atomic bomb smart. But maybe he figures it out. Because I don't think the atomic bomb even has... Maybe it doesn't even have weed components to it, Maybe there isn't even, weed in it. It definitely doesn't go bang, though. Y'all have heard me say that a bunch of times. Atomic bomb? No, it goes happy. But I think the atomic bomb could also be that revolution of the mind, right? This moment of temporary clarity, where we all go, whoa, big realization, wait a minute, we're all just humans? Wow, it doesn't matter what big ghost you pray to. It doesn't matter what soccer team you prefer more. It doesn't matter who you prefer to have sex with. It doesn't matter what melanin count you got. None of that shit. Just doesn't matter. It matters to you, but that's selfish. And to try to find an identity and to try to always seek maybe that identity also, we all have seen what that's led to some people. Like, yeah, I think some people just lost. They're just lost. You know, hey. There's got to be a better purpose and a better reason for some of these people. Could you imagine going to work? Could you imagine being a country who gets these big new equipments and facilities and factories and means of production, and then yet another country completely controls the profit from said thing? I just watched. Okay, me and my boy just went to get an acai bowl today. Okay, this thing was this big. All right, maybe around, and it was about this deep right there. That shit was $11. And he goes, dude, what the fuck is an acai? I said, you know, that's a goddamn good question. I went to go fucking look it up. Maybe y'all know. Maybe you don't. Did you know that an acai looks like a fucking blueberry? I didn't. Oh, it's a super nutritious berry. I'm nothing against it. I think they're fucking awesome. You know what's even crazier? It's blue and it's about this big. It's a fucking regular blue looking berry. Do you know why you can't go to the store and fucking buy a blueberry? Or an acai berry? Because the acai berry, it goes bad quickly. So they have to process it into these little cubes or whatever that we end up getting here. And yeah, I saw the trade and how people get the acai berries. They climb these real brittle, frail ass trees that could snap off and like make you fall to the ground. The one guy that they were interviewing had fallen 3 times. His son was there with him and he doesn't fall out, or he hasn't fallen off the tree yet. The way that they climb the tree is with a piece of rope about this big. They put it around both their feet. Okay, their feet go into it, and then they use the rope on their feet to like kind of make a thing around the tree, and then they shimmy themselves up, and they're swinging from these brittle trees back and forth trying to grab branches full of acai berries. It was fucking wild. Barefoot, nonetheless. Yeah, tell them, Guap, let them know. And they're doing that all to get $20 a pound, or $20, 20 cents a pound for these berries. They're out in like, where was it, Brazil or something? They're by like the rainforest or something. They got some pretty lush forestation going on there. And like the dudes are like crawling through fucking snakes and shit to try and get. I'm like, fuck all that. Ain't worth it to me. But they told the guy that was harvesting the shit, they said, do you know in America how much people will pay for a bowl of these things? And the guy said, no, how much? And he said $15. And he was like, wait, what did you just say? How the fuck do you get $15? We're getting 20 cents a pound. We're giving him a pound. He's getting 15 for one bowl? What the fuck is going on here? How is it, and this is why wealth inequalities and distribution of wealth and everything plays into this big factor, right? I just, you know, behind the closed doors of what we have here in America, we don't see a lot of like production. We don't see a lot of manufacturing. The stuff that we do is, I mean, there's plenty out there. But a lot of the bigger things that we're doing here are large-scale industrial manufacturing. You ever see what it takes to make glasses? Yeah. All these things we take for granted. You know what it takes to make a tennis ball? Oh my god. And those they're doing it barefoot too. in these factories that look like that's where they sleep at in the end of the day. They all go over to the corner and sleep over there, but they come over here and I'm not saying that to be rude. There's literally like fucking cots and shit in the corner with the manufacturing fucking equipment and shit. Big ass manufacturing equipment. You ever seen how pots and pans are made? Oh, Lord Jesus, friends. What a wild world, you know? And I think like the big thing is every one of us would continue to produce. I think most people would continue to just do. Tell me what we need to do to survive as a full, as everybody. I don't care. Everybody's got a chance. There's only once you have crossed the line. And what is the line? You know, we all know. Taking pure advantage of somebody, right? And I don't, you know, I don't know. There's a lot.
Just go back and hit 'em up, stop, put your hands on his cash and spend it to the last time for all the hard times. Oh, when you go.
Oh, Chi-Town, there's no doubt about it. We already, there's pictures of the mines where this shit's happening. Have you ever seen when they come up and they dump a truckload of like rocks out of the back of the fucking truck, and all of the fucking people just run up and jump onto this pile of rocks and just start fucking digging and trying to find the ones that have the whatever? Oh, Dr. Danknugs. Happy evening. Thanks for being here, brother. My guy, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful rest of the night. Till next time, my guy. Yes, we absolutely see you soon. Thank you so much again. Yeah, no, Chi-Town, it's you know, that's what I'm saying.
Put your hands on his cash and spend it to the last dime for all the hard times.
And a big thing like here in America, what a lot of people do, and there's a lot of production going on. It's far greater than, but we've always been known for being some farmers and shit, you know. A lot of product that we ship out in farmlands. But also, you know, I mean, fuck, there's everything now, you know. A lot of people are making a lot of shit. Let everybody get involved in some of the shit making. But stop spending so much money. Like, if you're spending a lot of ass money to get, like, you know, super yachts and shit, and you're only allowing, like, a few people to enjoy them, you know, I feel like using that level of resource for a few people's experience, that seems wild. Can you imagine the next fucking time that this rock, like, sheds its skin? Alright, whatever the fuck happens, whether it's a big rock, whether it's an ice age, or a fucking big flood, or some shit, the rock will fucking redo itself, right? I think that's how it's gone over and over. That's what it seems like in some way. Can you imagine the fucking future folks coming and finding a fucking super yacht or a fucking a cruise ship? Oh, they're gonna be blown away. Wait until they find the fucking arch in St. Louis. They're gonna be like, what the fuck is that? Oh my God, Chi-Town. You ever seen the video? I made a song out of it. It's in here somewhere. You ever seen the video where the kid, he's doing an interview with a guy at a mall. Somebody walks in front and he goes, you can't attribute to malice what you can contribute to ignorance. It is the idea that people aren't aware. They're in their own worlds, doing their own things at their own times. They're not even mindful or aware that you or I exist. But at the same time, to be so self-centered, but to not be self-aware is wild. Mike Bennett, what is up, my friend? How are you? Happy Thursday. I couldn't agree more. I think that's really it, though. How do we, like, you know, they said alien attack in the past. It's how we all do it. Let the rock shed its skin. Watch everybody come together then, right? Chi-Town, what was it about? I swear to God, I kept it open last week, right? Oh, you put me on the spot. Now my brain's trying, and I've had a rough day. Well, I've just had a lot of mental day, you know? So, if I did, I don't know why I wouldn't have. Fuck, now I feel bad. Send it to me again. Let me see what the... Hold on. Fuck. I've been watching a lot of our friends' cannabis stuff lately, so there's a good chance that I have. Unless you're talking about the one where the guy's talking in the restaurant, because if that's what you're talking about, then 1,000% I did. And I've seen that a couple of times in my life. I actually think there might be a song on this playlist from that dialogue, Chi-Town. Yes. Yes. Yep. I think, I mean, I almost want to say that I might have even made a song based off of that. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
When they come for me, I'll be sitting at my desk with a gun in my hand, wearing a bulletproof vest, singing my, how the time does fly when you know you're gonna die by the end of the night.
Pacific.
I'll be sitting at my desk with a gun in my hand, wearing a bulletproof vest.
Do I have the ability to get the dialogue?
When you know you're gonna die by the end of the night. I said,
Dialogue. Oh, here we go. Oh, here it is. It's too big, I think.
I got my pistols in my pocket, boys. I'm Alabama bound. I got my pistols in my pocket, boys. I'm Alabama bound. Well, I'm not looking for no trouble, but nobody dogs me round.
There it is. I think that New York is a new model for the new concentration camp, where the camp has been built by the inmates themselves, and the inmates are the guards, and they have this pride in this thing that they've built. Oh my God! Did you hear me go on that rant the other day? Mike, miss you already, brother. Chi-Town, did you hear me go on that rant the other day? It's the ugly baby syndrome. And I don't mean to be rude towards anybody. If we've built it, if we spent the money on it, if we're the ones who have it, we have to represent it as ours, right? Like, if nothing else, we take pride in what we've done. So a lot of times people who go out, you've seen it a bunch of times, I know all of us in here have, where one of their friends has come by and gone, oh, I got the best shit ever, and then they pull it out and we're like, what the fuck is that? Hey, I smoked it with you. It's not that good, dude. Like, let me show you something that's good. And then they smoke yours, and they're like, no, that ain't good, dude. Whereas, like, anyway, trust me, I've been around quality cannabis for a very long time. We can argue the finite points of it and the ash colors and the whatever, but there is just a clear difference between quality and not quality. When you got a crispy McNugget, like, that's not what I want. But yeah, Alyssa and Angelo, what is up, my friends? How are you on a Thursday night? Happy Thursday. And that's okay. Like, the big thing too that I've seen a lot of times in my growing friends is that, and I've forever not tried to be rude, right? I've gotten everything. Y'all, I had a friend one time give me a full fucking stalk of weed like this, fucking multiple nugs on that fucker, like off the fucking shoe, whatever, this fucking big. It was like a couple of nugs hanging off of it. It was a big old chunk, whatever. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Oh, dude, it's for you. I'm like, bro, this thing is wet as fuck. What is it? Did you cure this? He's like, what do you mean cure it? This is that fire, bro. Let's smoke it. And I was like, wait, did you hang this up and dry it or what? He's like, dude, it's just been hanging around for a little bit. Like, yeah, I put it up in my closet. And I'm like, you know what the temperature of your fucking closet is? You didn't even put it in like a fucking burp jar. No shit. You didn't do shit. You just hung it the fuck up in your closet. You know the humidity in your closet, bro? No. You know what I mean? And that's legit. There's a friend back in the day who gave me this. He's like, bro, if you don't want to fucking smoke it, then do you? It's kind of fucking rude, whatever. I'm like, nah, I'll fucking smoke it with you. And then we smoked half the fucking joint before the fucking thing got so wet and disgusting we couldn't smoke it. I was like, bro, this is why you have to, like, cure your shit properly and whatever. But yeah, he was so proud of it. And, again, you know, oh, hold on, I gotta get past the... yeah. Just don't get stuck with ugly baby syndrome, and like, just don't be humble in whatever you do, is what I've asked like a lot of my, because if you're not humble in it, then you're not going to hear the next thing that's going to teach you the breakthrough and what's going to make it the best for you. Because I know a lot of friends too that are just too like, what I do is it, and that's it. And it's like, okay, I hear you, but like, also understand why maybe there might be other ways, you know? I don't know. Like you said, grow in different mediums, grow in different whatever. Once you find what you want to do and that's your growing style, run it. I'm not, whatever. But that's like, again, that's your growing style. Some other people like other shit. I don't know, you know? I promise you, you guys don't even understand. There were people that came back purposefully and bought High Supply, which is the fucking, you know, the knockoff brand, the fucking Wish brand of cannabis from Cresco. And it was, no, it's honestly, it's the same fucking plant as their full name brand. But they would come in and buy High Supply, Shake, Pineapple Express. First of all, Pineapple Express in its best form isn't that fucking great. In its shake form, you're out of your fucking mind. And then I would hear these older men who, the amount of times that people come in that have to buy Shake, and trust me, it's not fucking cheap to do this thing. They would come in and justify it to me constantly. Oh, it's the same thing. In fact, it's better because this is where all the keef falls into this and stuff. And I was like, that's not how this works. I love you all. You can say that. You can think that. But they literally have an infused shake product. So they've reintroduced the keef. I think now they might do like a bubble hash. Not a bubble hash, like a wax. Like a crumble wax or something. Or maybe they've gone back to keef, or one or the other. But where do you think they got that from? They got that from shaking some other plants. Oh, well, no, enough of it falls. I get it, dude. Like I mean, I want to justify this shit right alongside everybody, but that there is just a difference in quality. Hear what the inexperienced say. Listen to what the experienced say. Chi-Town high five with just the greatest words of wisdom there, my brother. I like that. No.
Yo, I tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
2 ears and one mouth for a reason. Put out half of what you take in. Simple math. 2 and 1. Use 2. Use 1. Right? Makes sense. In a lot of times, if you're good at hearing it, if you know what's being said, a lot of times, right? Because there's sometimes you gotta dig through the layers a little bit. But if you can hear what's being said, it's okay. Maybe you can use your mouth a little bit more because you are the experience. And I hope those who are especially experienced in peace and love and understanding, just keep talking, my friends. Any more that we can say, just be honest with yourself. Any more that we can say, we are all in this together. Any more that we can all say, fucking we, right? We. Not he, she, they, them. We, us. I associate as a we, us. You know what? We all fucking do. Because how do you say we? The same way I do. Yeah. Well, unless you're French. Then you say it a little bit different. You got a little different connotation. Right? So again, like I said, all open to interpretation. Hear it, see it, say it. Oh, damn, dude. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. Fire. Like those little monkeys, dude. I'm ripping and open. I'm ripping and open. Another one of these packages. Got another one of these packages. I'm ripping in. Alright, let me rip in one of these open really quick. See what's inside of it. Got a little... You want to see it? Looks like this. Little orangey. This kind of got like a gassy vanilla. Gassy vanilla it is. Alright, we're going for it. Ooh, you gotta slam that body down and zig-a-zig. Ah, my friends. Hey, listen. If you put them in the air, I'm about to put one in the air. We can do it together. It's better to do it together sometimes, you know? A friend in need's a friend indeed, but a friend with weed, well, that's better. All right. My nose was itching. Alright. I'm clicking the button. Y'all ready? Did you pack it up? Pack it up, pack it in. Let me begin. I came to win. Battle me. That's a sin. Come on. Smoke with me, though. That's not a sin. That's a win. Love y'all. Cheers. One of the best songs we've ever made. Thank you, drummer. God knows when, but you're doing it again. You better duck down the alleyway looking for a new friend. A man in an old ball cap and a pig pen wants $11 bills. You only got 10. Maggie comes fleet foot, face full of You know what? Mine just had a fucking box around it, so I can actually tell you. Spiked Punch, which is a Purple Punch and Larry OG cross. How about that? Wait, let's find out how much THC percentage. 3.48. Killing. Smacking this shit. Didn't even need to be 30% THC for me. 3.78. This is that THCA weed though, you know? But it had to be, it was sold at a dispensary, so it's got over 0.3%. It's got 3.7. Alyssa and Angela, that is awesome. Can some of my friends, one of y'all should start, help me out, because you're growing. If any of you that are growing, grow one thing consistently, you should like keep, you should try to figure out a way to like vacuum seal or preserve a nug from every run for like years. And then go back and like, you know, like, oh, the 2018 Purple Punch, dude, that shit was gas, you know? Archive from the Charles. All right, let's go, Charlie. Ooh. Alyssa and Angelo, 1,000%. I think that's awesome. Chi-Town, some of them do and some of them don't. Obviously, they're only going to give you the most abundant, like 3 or 4. And sometimes they don't tell you how much, though. So, like, percentage, maybe not. Maybe, like, a lot more peanut butters. I love peanut butter flowers. I love peanut butter cannabis.
Can you feel it? Feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it. Do you feel the same weed high that I feel? Cause I'm so high. Reefer makes you feel that way.
Temple Blows hash will age and get better.
So
Really?
Right.
Wow.
Roll, let's
What?
smoke. I got to get high. I've been high since the last song.
I've got a couple of hashes from 20.
Smoke another blunt.
I've got one, I think, from like 2018.
Every time I smoke good reefer, that endo high
2017, maybe even. Shit, fuck, it might be 2016. I lied to y'all. I've got one from 2017 for sure. I've got one from 2020 or 2019, 2020. Yeah, old school hash, and I just kept kind of fucking little. And it's, I don't even know that it's a full gram. Actually, I lied. I know for fact one of them is the one that I just couldn't figure out the age of. That's a full gram of something. The other two are like broken, but yeah. I don't know why. There's something about it. I'm like, I just want to see. It may, like, we all do know that the longer it sits around, the better chance it has also, even after curing, to degrade itself into CBN. So, but did y'all know that in the Egyptian tombs there has been cannabis found? I think one of the oldest, and I think in some Chinese tombs as well. I think in China there was some stuff that was like from 3,000 CE, if I'm not crazy quackadoo, so like 5,000 years old. And then the stuff from the Egyptian tombs, they tested both of them, and they're like, they're still THC. I think the ones from Egypt still. Oh my God, I'm about to get the hiccups out of my face right now. The ones from Egypt, I think, had 2% or 3% THC left on them. Only cannabis thing you can make that will last. But what if everything is like sealed up.
And I realized I should always
Like air sealed. The only thing that I might be able to imagine might have fluctuated at all would be room temperature, but I can't imagine that it's been outside of probably a 30 or 40 degree swing, right? Like maybe the room has been in the 50s before, and maybe the room's been in the 80s before. And I know that once you start pushing past 80s, everything has a chance of deterioration, but it's sealed and in a safe, and like it's not getting direct sunlight at all, obviously.
Smoking all night, feeling all right. Smokers get high, so high.
I think that's a long time up. Chi-Town. Hold on, here's the ultimate guide to making Frenchy cannoli traditional temple balls. Worldwide. Rentless 2. List of tools. Bubble hash, 2 hot round glass. What the fuckity fuck? Block this shit. Dude, get out of my face. Slow cooker. Thermometer. Okay. Keep bottle warm. Okay. Alright, well shit, bro. For anybody who is looking to make their own temple balls, we got a little recipe list here. That's pretty gangster. I'm gonna put a little heart on that one. Done. Put that in the bookmarks. Alright. Sweet.
Now you can two-toter, you can one-hit 'em. Puff it in a pipe and you can twist it in a stem. You can bake it in some brownies, smoke it through a bone, roll up a great big
And that's
one like
like I said, me and Guap we talk about this enough, it's whatever, but like there's a part of me that actually genuinely, I think there is some quality product out there. I think there's been plenty of instances where people have put out a decent representation of a plant. Happens a lot, actually. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know that the way that it used to. I think everybody has been happy to move away from quality and move to quantity. I think that the transition in the market from medical to recreational in a state that only bolstered 20 cultivation sites was always going to have an issue with production. And with the way that it's been slowly rolled out and whatever, I think the state forced the transition from quality to quantity. And yeah, I did. Hold on, wait to the picks we go. Hold on. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Found it. No, I know. Them suckers looking good. I want temple balls. I want to give me a little temple ball.
Yeah.
Pick that I want this.
Let's go. Get
The
your
lighter.
lighters, roll that
Sticky, let's get higher.
Got that blueberry yum yum and it's that fire.
It's that fire.
Get your lighters, roll that sticky, let's get higher. Got that blueberry yum yum and it's that fire. It's that fire. Got a little bit of blueberry. And I never
Chi-Town, I think the craft market survived. I don't think all the craft marketers survive. I think that there will be enough craft players to survive to at least give some level of variety. as we will always advocate for, get a medical license and grow. I always think that, like, as all of you probably do too, who are growers, like, I think it's a cool ass way to ensure what product you end up with. I think I have enough. I feel comfortable enough even going into, like, when I go to Michigan to a dispensary, when I go to Illinois to a dispensary, right? You have to be able to talk to the person standing across from you to figure out what you want, right? There's a lot of times where these young kids will try to sell you some shit because it's fire or dank or whatever the fuck terminology they use. But I'm like, okay, like, do you know what, like good quality cannabis is? I the amount of times where I've had to, like, ask people dead ass, I'm like, what do you smoke? What's good here? What do you smoke? And then, like, I know enough of different markets to be like, you smoke that? I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take everything that you don't say, right? Like, but yeah, I think variety is the only way. No, I mean, because we talked about the CRISPR, but yeah, this variety thing, it's how the Illinois market survives. It's how it goes anywhere. We need more variety, and people like variety. And especially when, like, everybody has felt burnt by all of these same. I'm waiting for another round of big name change. Guys, get ready. We'll come back to this clip someday, and we'll go, hey, you know what? You talked about this. Verano was ataraxia, was the what is it? GTI is fucking Rhythm is fucking Rise is, like, all the names, right? It's just a bunch of names. It's a marketing scheme. But I'm waiting for some big names to change. And Shine, that's the other one. Listen, Angel, you got, yeah? Yeah. Oh shit, the conditional cannabis corner. Y'all got that bop. We're gonna do it again. Nah, hold on, come back.
You got some symptoms from your condition to help you feel better. That is my mission. At the conditional cannabis corner, you can get that information, and it won't even cost you a quarter.
Yeah, I do like that song a lot. Yeah. I don't know also to Chi-Town to treat it like old wine or whiskey. That statement, I think that's what a lot of people would like to steal the appeal of, right? A lot of people would love to have their brands recognized as that. But I think in at least the Illinois game, well, no. The Michigan game, it was the same way. There was one market that was so bland. Oh, what the fuck state was I in? It was up in the Northwest. Had just the most boring packaging, but, like, these packaging groups have gone to, like, vibrant, Pretty colors and shit. Bro and Goat, what's up, brother? Oh, drum. Sometimes, you know. Listen. It's a bag. It's a pocket of holding. I almost said bag. Y'all heard me. Kender. I took it. It was shiny. I don't know how it got here. Actually, where did that come from? Wow. Never even seen that before. That does look nice. Oh, Mr. John Voight, what's up, brother? How are you? Well, in Chi-Town, doesn't matter. The true organic breakdown rate is not what people are using to call cannabis good or not. With proper storage, again, the cannabis that was found in the Egyptian tombs had intact cannabinoids, including THC, right? Like I said, I think it ended up being a 2 or 3% plant or something like. It is. It's. The arbitrary regulation that stops any of that might be the downfall. Like, we would need regulation change before we would need somebody to change the culture around it, right? I think more so. About to burn that 10 o'clock oil, baby. Let's go. You know what? I'll smoke a little. It's just a little dab Penske over here, you know. Oh, my brother, I like that. Oh. Is fucking Gawani here now? The fucking song comes on, it feels like he's just gonna show up with a burst of capital.
What did I miss? Sorry I'm late. Hello everyone. Did we do smoke in the air? I didn't hear you say.
Good now, smoke in the air, friend.
Cheers, Echo One Eastanaco.
Cheers, cheers, cheers.
So like, hey, that sounds cool, like One Eastanaco. But what does that mean? It mean he is. He is. It mean he is. He is speaking ships. We are loyalists. IDK. We are loyalists. No IDK. We are loyalists. Brown weed is no good. Brown
Yeah.
weed is no good.
I don't know.
Weed is no good. Okay. I went looking based on my find hymns.
Good old gelato.
He is green and beautiful and heavily smell. I could ask them, so I asked him.
Got some old school gelato. You know what's like crazy? Like,
It has been that neat stay.
do y'all remember in like,
We are loyalists.
I mean, at least for me, my experience, pre
Yo, great soul.
cannabis market,
Is he for us or them?
pre decriminalization and sales, we were getting some really good quality. There was in at least the Chicagoland area, and for some of you, if you're Chicagonites, I don't know if that's a real word, Chicagoanians, anybody from the Chicagolanders, or just Illinois, because whatever. There was a lot of shit. Master Kush. There was a lot of White Widow. There was a lot of. I used to have like a list in my head that was like Blue Dream. Okay, there was an OG that went around. There was two of them. I don't know if you guys remember this, but there was like an OG Kush that everybody fucking claimed, and then there was another one that they called I think it was called Angel Kush or something like that, that was like correlated to maybe Hell's Angels. I don't know. But there was a lot of fucking some real good ass fucking weed back in the day, and like, what the fuck? I got a fucking blue cheese one time back in the day. Bro, I will punch somebody to have that plant back. Nah, and I'm not even about violence, right? That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't take it from him. I'm just saying, I would do violence. No, I probably wouldn't. I would ask him. I'll give him money. But that's a good transaction. Money for it. Drum, I need to get on there and play with it more. We're just, ooh. Damn it, this is the Hibbity Ski Bop song, friends. Do you know what he just said? Trip, trap, keep up, lad. Diggity, diggity, no doubt, baby. Hoggity, doggity, rainbow trout, baby. Who the friend do? Yeah, AI's pretty neat. AI music is my favorite of the neats. Ideogram's pretty cool. That's made all these pictures behind me. A lot of times you can't say the word cannabis, but you can say hemp. So you just have to correlate, just for people who need the hacks, Gotta get around it somehow. Pretty nuts. My different balls in glitter. God damn it. That's fucking awesome. Two sweet pink cheeks, can a double double do? Made this one just for you. Oh, that's a good question. Depends on, I guess, what you're trying to do. Ooh. Bomb. Are you marketing me? Is that what it is? You need me to look good? Wapo? It's only the hoodie, guys. There's some under there. I don't know. I'm just kidding. Probably a bunch of you should do some push-ups under there. No, I'm just playing. Was it me? Were you marketing me? Alright, anyway. Depends on what you're doing, really. Oh, John's offering his services. He's a pretty strong male, too. Why were you so surprised that you never saw the stranger? Did you ever let your love Skibidi Dee-Bop, yeah. Everyone goes south every now and then. Ooh, you've done it well. Look, I'm gonna sound maybe stupid to you smart growers out there, but maybe I heard this at some point, and maybe you can tell me I'm just silly. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But when you breed a male with a female, you have to use something like a silver nitrate or something like that, right? To prevent the seeds from becoming male. Can somebody tell me that I'm not crazy, that just came out of my fucking smart brain and not out of left field? You gotta use some to prevent the next generation. Because how do you guarantee feminized seeds? It's something like that, right? There's a thing you put on the plant in the breeding. What's STS? Stits? Yes. Reverse a female to a male using. Oh, so you use that stuff, and it flips it to a male. By reverse, you mean? It's silver sulfosinate. Oh, listen. Silver nitrate for a guy who doesn't fucking touch plants. Come on, guys. Give me a little kudos here. Shit. I like it though. I think that's neat. I want to, I wish I knew more about plants. I won't do it. I'm not. Well, yeah. I quit a job once because I had to wear a mask in that motherfucker. I wasn't done. Well, also because they were not good at doing job stuff, but I was done with the mask shit for sure. Probably rather select a nice male. Oh, you boys are nasty. So then, if you select a male and then you breed the male with the female, then that female can produce seeds now, right? Am I wrong? How does this work? Guys, tell me about it. I need to know. I want to be smart. And then you get seeds, right? And then or you just talking, what language is that? There's too much unknown in that statement. Them lines are showing. Did you try to use as many W's as you could in one sentence, dude? There's a W in every one of them fucking words, bro. You know I like alliterisms. I like shit like that. Yeah, exactly. Perfectly packed pipes. Perfectly packed pipes punch. Pow. Pow. Why wood? Oh my god, dude. Stevie Wonder, baby. You know what I mean? Ah! The other ones. What are those? What are woes? Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I don't know enough about plants. I'm not like, yeah. I just need y'all, hey, thank God y'all know this much. Because what would I do without y'all? Alright? I just need y'all to get me some quality ass finished product so we can represent it to the people with the conditions. Alright? We need to become an army of medical caregivers. Well, there are a couple of them in here already. A couple of medical caregivers already. Oh, man. The grow and go. See? I wouldn't tell you. Bingo. Guap's a caregiver also. Shout out to all of you for the caregiver. That's awesome. Holy fuck, is that awesome. Dope. Yeah. Community is key. Two dope dudes. Oh, Mr. John Voight, caretaker. He's a law taker. The lawmaker, a caretaker, lawbreaker. Don't you mess around with me.
Pistol shots ring out in the barroom light. Pizza patted Valentine.
Yeah, hell no, Bob. That's awesome.
In a pool of blood. Cries out, my God, they killed them all. Here comes the story of the hurricane. The man the authority
Yeah, that I.
for something that he
Ooh,
never done.
Joker's smoking midnight poker.
But one time he
Right.
could have been the champion of the world.
Yeah, no, there is Illinois' good old 5-plant limit. That needs to. It is under review. There's a chance that it gets overturned. Oh, oh.
I was only robbing the register. I hope you understand. I saw them leaving, he says, and he stops. One of us had better call up the
5
cops.
plants under 5 inches. No, over. Over.
And they arrive on the scene with the red lights flashing in a hot new
Yeah.
Jersey night.
What a wild thing to regulate. A plant.
In another part of town, Reuben Carter and a couple friends driving around.
How, like, there's nothing that can't.
For the middleweight
Y'all remember when I was talking about earlier? What's the deal? What's the deal with that?
pulled him over to the side.
There's been war. There has been a war on drugs, man.
Just the way
Well,
things go.
not all drugs. No, the war. There's been a war on
If you black, you might as well not show.
drugs they don't get to tax up a lot. You know, anyway. You know what I mean? War. That's the best thing they came to. Damn drugs. We're going to war with them. You didn't go to war with the damn drugs.
I saw two men running out. They looked like
Went to war with a bunch of people and put them into jail and shit.
mistake plates.
And the reason they're doing the drugs is because fuck you in the first place. Tell me what to do, man. Like it's not that like what in the fuck harm is a bag of weed did. And I think that everybody's come to that. We've already gone to that, right? But to even be considered classified in this category of the thing called drug. I've said it a lot lately. Y'all have heard me. A lot of the things that they call drugs, I call medicine. A lot of the things that they call medicine, I call drugs. There's been a flipping and a flopping of the terminology out there. And you believe what you believe. You believe what you hear, too, you know? Because if somebody keeps saying it's medicine, you know, I promise you, you know what hospice says when they come in? I'm here to help. Yeesh. I'm just saying, you know, how we do it.
4 months later, the ghettos are in flight. Rubens in South
Females like
America,
under 5 inches.
fighting for his
Damn.
life. While Arthur Dexter Bradley
Hey, go.
still in a robbery gang.
There's
And the cops
people,
are
hey,
screws to him, looking
different
so
strokes for
hard to
different
blame.
folks.
Remember that murder that happened in a bar? Remember you said you saw the getaway car?
Oh, yeah. And the goat,
Like to play ball
I think
with
that's the
the
other
light.
thing, too.
It might have been that fighter
It's
you saw running that
the
night.
things that are more manufactured, amphetamines, opiates, narcotics, things that are way more lab derived and whatever, they just took the fucking rights to all of them. They call them medicine now, and they hustle them under this guy's. Well, I'm not trying to be that crazy. I'm not jumping off. I'm gonna be nice. I said it tonight. I was gonna try and be nice most of the night. But like, you know, I just hate that. Like, I think medical care is the third leading cause of death in America. You know what isn't the third leading cause of death in America? Cannabis. Doesn't even fucking matter. Ain't even on the list. Top 100 ain't there. More people, more drunk college students get trampled by fucking deer leaving the bar because they're drunk and fucking around with deer than people who fucking smoke cannabis. And I'm not saying this, haha. No, well, it is a haha, but it's the truth. More people die from rocking fucking vending machines because their chips didn't come out, and then the vending machine falls on them and crushes their fucking ass than weed does. Yeah. Classify. Yeah, but we definitely will. I've been reading about it a bit. Yeah. Wait. We record on Monday, so you'll definitely hear it on next Wednesday.
When it begins to fuss, will it let you use bad words? Will it make you good cheese curds? Does it have the ability to clean up the dog's turd?
Yeah, and the other thing is there's the ways that people say things sometimes get blown into headline proportions, you know? It's more for the clickbait of it than it is for not. And it's just the idea that they're willing to even consider or talk about it. Because there has been a lot of times where people have gone to the DEA and gone, what is up with cannabis? What is going on? And because of their level of, like I said, what's the deal? What's the deal with the DEA? All right, we're turning into fucking, what's his name? Seinfeld. What's the deal? No, literally, what's the fucking deal with you know, what's up with that shit? Because the DEA just gets to do whatever the fuck they want to behind closed doors and just keep telling people they're investigating it. We're investigating it, and while it's under investigation, they don't have to tell you a fucking thing about it. So, there's a lot of weird shit with the DEA. MU right what? He did not directly say it? Correct. Correct. It was the way that the question was asked and then how he responded that made it seem like we were in a better space for this thing to be talked about. Right? So, but yeah, you're 100%. Now, nobody, in the same way, I think, MU right? Oh, what's with the, am I right? Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I got you. I'm back. Hey, I'm back. Guess who's back? Superstition. Oh, fuck. Man, did I have a good thought going on, I think. DEA. Reclassify. 3 letters. Smoke leader day. Can't get back to it. You got it? Wait, what? Did you just talk in third person? I'm gonna make me come through the screen, man. You know how I feel about third person talking. Sometimes I'll come over there. I have not seen enough Seinfeld. That's the truth. Well, maybe I've seen too much. No, I do. I haven't seen a lot of things. What the hell happened? There's no way this thing. Music for. Ooh. Satin, white satin, never leaving the air. Why did the music stop? Oh, it's trying to tell me they don't want to play no more.
course. We all know your score could be much worse.
Oh yeah.
Gaining strokes, blowing smokes.
Yeah, John. You know what's really crazy? It's a disappointment of mine that I don't remember more of this stuff. Get yourself to bed, Guapo. You and me both eventually. I gotta do it soon too. Oh my God. That's so. You know what? Guapo, I will. I text him. Hold on. Did he text me back? Dude, this mug ain't even my friend no more. Alright, fine. He better come in here, maybe. 99. You're right, John. I fucking totally forgot about it. And the crazy thing is, a lot of people in my life, they've been like, have you ever seen this movie? And I'm like, no. I don't even have the slightest clue what you're talking about. And they're like, no way. You've never seen that? This is the best movie ever. And then I go start to like watch the first few minutes of it. I'm like, oh, I've definitely seen it. A lot. I know what's up with this. This is the one where like the girl does the thing, then the guy, he kills that person, then the other person, yeah, they come out, they get the money, they fall in love. Yeah, there you go. I'm with it. Yeah. I just don't like. I also am very bad at like doing the drum. Hold on. You remember this from way back in the day? This just came up while I was looking down the list. Yeah, I got that. Holy saggy pants. Look at this character. What's up, brother? Happy Thursday night. What is the bird, 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 the bird is the word. Man, I feel like there was a break, and it could just be this some good, you know, I've smoked a little bit. I feel good in the brain. There was a lot of like creative juice going on inside my head, I think. Oh, good old G, Saggy Pants Man. Y'all see Saggy Pants taking a hit of that bong on the Facebook page. Y'all see Biz say what that mouth. Biz say what that mouth do, care. No, that was awesome. That was a great interaction there for the last couple of days. Me and Biz have been kind of laughing about it.
White satin, never reaching the end. Letters I've written, never meaning to send. Beauty I'd always miss.
Here's Gare Bear. How you been, pal?
I can't say anymore, 'cause I love you, yes I love you.
Maybe I should just, you know what? Gare, yeah. I'm not even gonna say it 'cause I don't want to, you know, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I'm in this like mood to like just get in the car and drive, you know, 6, 7, 8 hours away. Spend the day playing disc golf in one of my favoriteest places, you know. And, you know, I might spend a night somewhere here coming up soon. And, you know, now that, you know, I just was thinking about it again. Maybe Kentucky's on the list, bro. Maybe hit Idlewild again. Gary, if you're down for, like, a decent little trek, like, it's a longer trek. It's got some bigger, holes to it. And, but one of the most beautiful treks. I might try and force you down there. with me. Idlewild would be sicko. I was thinking about taking a little getaway, you know? Anita and Lucy, happy. Hello to all of you. Yeah, I know, Steggy. That's what I'm saying. I just rethought about it in my head, and that would be great. I need to bring my one friend. We're gonna do a little experiment. Might be time to do it. God, I can't even tell you about it because I was talking to one of my great friends, Jim in nature. John, you know my buddy Jim. We were talking the other day, and he said, this has been for the foreverness of forever. We've been talking about this concept, this idea, but we got a plan to maybe do something that would like go on the YouTube and probably be like a cool thing, you know? I would even like consider watching it. I don't, you know, like if it just happened without me in it, you know? Obviously I don't want to watch it with me in it. That would be fucking weird. But the idea is great. And so you might see a rekindling of a couple of old brothers. This fucking guy. This guy just got back to me about the flex in the morning. He said, no, go. What are we doing here? Might have to be some disc golf in the morning anyway. I knew he was gonna fucking jump in here. That's why the fuck I just said this shit. What the fuck are you doing, bro? What do you mean? How are you gonna fucking tell me all day today? And then, dude, I want to fight you so bad. If I wasn't on stream, dude, I would force you to come over here and get fought. Okay, never mind. Made up for it. What time do you gotta scramble? I know you've told me, but bro, my fucking brain don't work. Not at the retention. I just didn't add your golf trip to my calendar. But what time, dude? Home by 11:30. All right. So we gotta be to the course by like 8. What? How cold is it supposed to be? Wait, how warm is it supposed to be? We're going with the optimistic side of this, brother. Hold on. 8 a.m. 46 Crispies. 9 a.m. 50. 50 Crispies, dude. So we might, you know, get in the middle there. Maybe we're at a 48 Crispy, you know? So let's aim for like that 8 to 8:30 range. Because we might have like a guapo with us or something. Aaron. We might have a, you know, a few, there might be a friend. Dude. Y'all ever heard this rendition of this song? It makes it kind of weird. This is Luck Be a Lady.
Gentlemen, see how nice a dame you can be. I know the way you've treated other guys you've been with. But be a lady with me. A lady doesn't leave her escort. It isn't fair. It isn't nice. A lady doesn't wander all over the room and blow on some other guy's dice. Let's keep this party polite. Never get.
What did he just say? There's ladies out there blowing on other guys' dice, bro. Now, I don't know. Fucking old. I think that's Sinatra, right? Can somebody back me up? It's crazy as hell when you hear it in a different style. Yeah, let's do it. You know what I need is that pink drink. I went to, oh dude, I'm gonna tell you how good I am. All right, I'm trying to ride your vibe here, Bo. Okay, I know you've been trying to be good with the health and shit. I'll follow suit. I'll try and eat better and not make bad decisions, poor decisions. All right. I guilted myself. I pulled into Starbucks and I went, nah. Let's just go get some food. And this is when the debate and when I started texting you about where should I go to eat at. Damn it, where's my water at? I'm over here about to skibbity bebop. Oh. All right. 8:30. Play disc golf.
Everybody stutters one way or the other, so check out my message for you. As a matter of fact, but don't let nothing hold you back. If the scat man can do it, so can you. Everybody saying that scat man stutters, but doesn't ever stutter when he sings. But what you don't know, I'm gonna tell you right now.
All right, well, what else? Anything else? Let's bring this thing home. Let's figure it out, because I'm gonna go disc golfing early in the morning. That I said it's early. It's not that early. Anyway, let's bring this home. All right. Moral of tonight's whole entire conversation. It's okay for you to give some time in self-reflection to actually figure out what it is that you want, to figure out what it is that you desire, and to put those efforts into getting it. The idea that you might fail scares you, and it scares everybody. But if you allow the intimidation of failure to hold you back, I promise you it will. So sit within yourself, think about what it is that you want. Don't allow yourself to get into too many bad deals, right? Protect yourself, in some of the deal-making situations that you make, because bad deals, as we've seen here on the, let's go back to where we were at here. Oh, that's OpenAI. Did it go? Oh, yep. Look at these deals. Ended in war. All right? So don't let bad deals happen. And what was the other one? Silver trifoliate. Tryptamine. So I'll find it if you want me to really quick. It says silver something. But anyway, don't forget. I got something important for all of you. This is one of the most important things you're gonna hear tonight.
Hey, fentanyl ain't no good.
It really ain't. Don't be doing that now, all right? You can also remember,
Avocado, potato, potato.
I should really add more sounds to the outro here. We haven't been using many of the sounds for, like, games and shit. I don't really do that a lot either. There's a lot of noises. Listen, moral of this. I hope you strike peace when you seek it, and I hope you find love when you need it, and I hope you can cope when you feel it. Peace, love, and cope, it's really, I get it that I got gifted with this last name that people have made jokes about for my whole life. Can you fucking cope with it? I don't know if I can. But I think that it really helped play into this cool concept that really is just, isn't it all right to be at peace sometimes? You don't have to always be seeking happiness. And though there is something peaceful about maybe being happy at times. No, I don't know. Peace and happiness are two different things. Stop seeking the happiness, find the peace, know that you have the happiness. Love, that's what I got for all of you. Thank you all for being around and sharing your love back reciprocally to me. And then, just understand. Do a little of the coping thing. Do a little, um, just get along with the people around you. Share a bong or something. And hey, I love y'all too. Peace to all of my homies out there. Hey, big facts. Oh, gee, saggy pants, 1,000%. I might even make a song about that before I go to bed. Just so that he's got it in written for forever. All right, John Voight, peace out to you. Oh my God, incognito, right at the right at the nick of time. Mr. Saggy Pants Incognito, Bo Dine, Dudley Dawson, Chi-Town Hi-Fi, G Saggy Pants, John Voight. And who else do we got up here? John Voight, the Guapo, the Growing Goat. Oh yeah, big fan. Drummer 83. Here we go. Sometimes these names they blur in here. Sean Whitney, what a hero. What a good dude. Chi-Town Hi-Fi. I love that. Oh, Silver Tilphosphonate. If you guys were still wondering what kind of silver you needed. It's not tryptamine. That's what you get from a turkey. Here we go. Up the ladder to the roof where we can see heaven much better. We go up the ladder to the roof. Chi-Town Hi-Fi. Can only get better. Alyssa and Angelo, great group there. Anita and Lucy, don't forget, we know that they're hanging with that Gare Bear. They're keeping him in line, thank God. Mike Benedito, let's fucking go. Dr. Dank Nugs with the early night, but isn't gonna, my guy, he's not missing it. He's listening to it now. He's going, hell yeah. Heard it in the morning. Who else do we got up in here? Did I miss any of my good friends? I feel really bad if I do. Jimmy Anderson, Chi-Town 21. Holy shit, am I blessed? How many? I got too many friends. This section's gotten so long. Connie Hallen. This section's gotten so long, people are just leaving already. I don't blame you. I'm just trying to make sure that I shout out all my friends. J-Rats 420. Mr. Gannix. That's as far as my list goes up right now. And for the rest of everybody who has commented or didn't comment or anything, no, just realize that I love you. That's it. And also...
Hey, fentanyl ain't no good.
It is.
Disgusting.
It
Hey,
ain't
fentanyl ain't no good.
It's...
Disgusting.
Hey, fentanyl ain't no good.
Disgusting.
All right, friends. I love y'all. Snap into a Slim Jim. Oh, yeah. Thank you for being a great person. Gary, that's to you, my friend. Take care and talk to you soon, too. Dudley, have a lovely night. Mr. John Voight, good night to you. A good night to you, drummer. Let's definitely talk soon. We need to. Probably need to talk to a whole hell of a lot of you. Hell no, it's not. Yeah. Gee, Saggy, I wasn't lying. I might actually turn this into a thing. Bo Dine, I fucking love you. I fist pump every time you play a Saggy Pants. Dude, fucking look, check this out. I fucking love that. All right, love the Saggy Pants. What a good dude. Later to all of you. Peace out to the homies. John Voight, Chi-Town Hi-Fi. Cheers to you and all to all a good night. Miss you already. See you next Thursday.